We're going to try this again. My apologies. I did not have my audio on for the last video, so I took it down. Let's do it again. It's the Richie Hicks Jr. Sports Podcast, and I am your host, Richie. Today, we're going to be speaking about the happenings of the NHL and NBA playoff games last night, as well as two big battles in the American League East. I'm going to start this out in Boston versus Miami. Big series. South Beach Game 4, he'd had an opportunity to close this out, and they did not succeed. Staying alive, the Celtics put together a gritty and fearless performance to extend the ECF to 5. Can they get back into this series? First and foremost, I think the biggest swing in this game yesterday was the Celtics' ability to hit big shots from downtown, something that Miami normally does fairly easily. They did not do that yesterday. Celtics converting 18 from downtown to Miami's 8. I think Jason Tatum did a great job of showing up, blocking out the outside noise that he's been receiving, and just really showed out. This was a must for the Celtics to win, and their best player came through. I guess a question for Heat fans, for the viewers of my show, do you guys believe that the Miami Heat have something to worry about? Can the Boston Celtics play their way back into this series? I'm not 100% sure if they can completely overcome the 0-3 hole that they built now, 1-3. But I do believe that for the final 3 games, or as long as this series continues to go, you're going to see the best of both teams, and it's going to be a dogfight. My opinion going into this series was Miami in 6. I certainly didn't have them going up 3-0, but to start it, I'm sticking with my prediction, Miami in 6. But I do believe that the Celtics are going to hold home court in Game 5, send it back to South Beach for another meeting, and ultimately the Heat in 6. But I believe that the next 2 games, if my prediction plays out the way I see it, it's literally going to be great basketball. It's going to be playoff atmosphere on every level, every juncture. And the Heat are going to be in a fight. They're not just going to cakewalk into this. The Celtics have gained enough confidence, and they do have enough playoff pedigree from their past. They were in the finals last year to extend this possibly to 6. I will say this, though. In the event that this thing goes to Game 7, they have a big problem. Vegas Golden Knights outplayed the Stars and are now 1 win away from the Stanley Cup Finals. I gotta say, man, I was shocked with the way that the Stars came out. And I'm also shocked that Vegas was able to win this game by only getting 16 shots on goal. The Stars pulled their starting goalie after only getting 5 shots on goal, giving up 3. That is a ridiculous stat when you think about it. But I think ultimately what really got my attention with the Stars' defeat here is that mentally they just didn't show the toughness of a veteran team that they are. The Vegas Golden Knights are literally 1 win away from the Stanley Cup Finals. I don't necessarily know if I have the same confidence that they're going to sweep like I do with the Florida Panthers, but I do believe Vegas is going to punch their ticket to the Stanley Cup Finals within 5 games, probably in front of their home crowd, unless Dallas has completely packed it in. It was just a lot of mental breakdowns, just a lot of frustration because they basically tripled them on shots on goal but could not capitalize. A really weird game yesterday, but Vegas showed every inch of playoff moxie that you need to win at this time of the year, and I give them credit. And I said it on a previous show, as the Florida Panthers go, I refuse to pick against them, even if it's just 1 game. Having said all that, Panthers in 4, Knights in 5, that's going to be your Stanley Cup Finals. Something kind of rare happened on the diamond. The Toronto Blue Jays just annihilating and clobbering MLB's best Tampa Bay Rays 20-1. And yes, it's just 1 game. But my question is to the viewers, should the Rays fans be concerned about the shrinking lead they hold in the AL East? I'm going to say to a level, yes. I do believe they have something to be a little bit concerned about. My co-host Mike Zappi brought to my attention that after starting 13-1, the Rays have been 21-14. That's now 22-15 since he made that comment to me. 7 over 500 at any juncture of a baseball season is definitely nothing to be ashamed of. But when you look at every team in this division over 500, The Yankees were in last place 2.5 weeks ago. Now they're climbing, and in the event that they could sweep Baltimore, could be in second. I think you're looking at a division where, it's a war of attrition. The Yankees dealt with injuries early. Right now, Tampa's dealing with them. And I think the most ugly part of yesterday's baseball game is that they were getting clobbered so bad that they chose to put in position players. And the earned runs against position players was actually 10. Paul O'Neill for the Yankees telecast playfully was saying, when speaking about that game, that maybe they should make a mercy rule in baseball when teams are getting beat like that. I certainly don't share Paul's sentiments. I think it takes away from the competitive value of Major League Baseball. I don't think it'll ever happen. Sometimes when you're taking a beating like that, it's about preserving your pen and preserving your bullpen budget and your starters as well. I do believe that the Rays are a hell of a team, but I also think that when you get to the crust of all of it, are they more talented than the Blue Jays, the Yankees, or maybe even the O's? I'm not 100% sure. We know that they don't have the resources as some of these other teams in terms of being able to make a trade when you absolutely have to. I've always praised the Rays, Kevin Cash, for putting a great product on the field year in and year out. But when I think about that, the Yankees, huge investment in Carlos Rodon, no more pain in his back, should be coming back soon. I actually tend to believe that the Yankees are the ones that are probably going to win this division in the long run. There's just so much time left, and we're not even in June just yet. But before I get out of here, I do want to hit a driving point home on the New York Yankees. This game had a little bit of everything, and although it's late May, it felt like a playoff atmosphere. Yankees overcame a 4-run deficit and won this thing in extra innings. Gerrit Cole joins an elite club. That would be the 2000 strikeout club. And Aaron Judge, once again, proven why he's the best player in baseball. Anthony Volpe adds to his magical rookie season at the end. It should come as no surprise that Aaron Judge comes up big in the biggest moments. But I think what made this even more of a bailout for the Yankees is that just before this went down in a previous inning where the Yankees had an opportunity to tie or take the lead, DJ LeMahieu made a very weird decision of bunting not only once but twice. His bread and butter is hitting to right field, and they had a gaping hole, the Orioles defense, of where he could have put a ball. Ultimately, the bunt didn't work out, and it killed the inning. And I really thought that the Yankees were dead at that point. Ninth inning, Aaron Judge comes through, game-tying home run. Can't say enough about Michael King's performance out of the pen. He was able to shut down the best part of the Orioles lineup. And in the Yankees half of the 10th, Anthony Volpe hit a very deep ball towards Cedric Mullins. And Isaiah Kiner-Falefa, who was running for LeMahieu at that point, basically could have walked home. Big feel-good win for the Yankees. This is a team that many people had dead roughly about 2 weeks ago. And this is anybody's division. I think that's the message I'm trying to drive home here with this American League East, is that there's going to be a lot of turns. There's going to be a lot of things that are going to go down, and health is so imperative for any team that's going to win this division. But as of right now, the New York Yankees are the hottest team in baseball, and I do believe that they really do have a chance. I said it, that they need table setters. I've been concerned about the imminent returns of Donaldson and Stanton. We got to see how this all plays out. But right now, the New York Yankees are playing great baseball. They're playing motivated baseball, and they are getting it from every part of this roster. They extracted a negative player in Aaron Hicks, a disgruntled player. Aaron Judge, since coming off the IL, has just been on a torrid pace. There's a possibility he could go back-to-back with the MVPs. We're all going to see how that plays out. Before I get out of here, just to reiterate it, Miami Heat in 6 games, Vegas Golden Knights in 5. I got the Panthers punching their ticket in Game 4. And the American League East, it's going to be a dogfight for the remainder of the season. But, of course, I'm picking my New York Yankees to win it. Tampa Bay Rays do have some concerns, do have some things to be worried about because the injury bug has hit them in a very real way, similar to how the Yankees started the season. We will be back in the near future for our NBA and NHL finals previews once that table is set. Until next time, I am Richie, and I hope you guys have a great rest of your day.